Hi, it's Andy again, and a return to Friday Fuel. I know we've had a few weeks where we haven't had the Friday Fuel video preparing us for this coming weekend, but we've been dealing with some things trying to get a former house ready for sale, and that's now done. So hopefully we'll have Friday Fuel videos for weeks and weeks to come at this point. We are continuing our series, our journey down Route 66, and we are now to 2 Peter, so we are almost to the end of that. And on the Christian calendar this week, we're at the week where we celebrate the what we call the triumphal entry on Palm Sunday, where the palm branches waved and the people cried out as their Messiah entered into Jerusalem for what would be his final time. While we don't focus on that directly this week in 2 Peter, the people that were crying out for a Messiah were reminded about some of the promises that had come from previous generations. The promise of a king who would restore Israel, who would lead Israel away from the oppression of another nation, much like their great King David had done. Sometimes reminders are great like that. Other times they're much more simple. And that's what Peter talks about in his second letter. He reminds the people to live their life as God would have them to do, to supplement certain aspects of faith with, to grow all the way towards being a loving person. And just simply reminding them that that's what God expects of us. He reminds them of false prophets that would come. He reminds them of judgments that have been passed in the past, but also of a judgment to come. But much of 2 Peter, and it's a great book, much of it is simply a reminder to be true to who you are, be true to who God wants you to be, more specifically, who God is asking you to be. So this week we're going to look at a friendly reminder from Peter on how we should live our lives to become the person and the people that God wants us to be. I hope to see you Sunday.